Hello everybody! If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. When you've listened to and read the story, if you liked it, please leave a meaningful comment with your thoughts and feelings about it. If you'd like to have a story from a specific genre, say a mystery, a thriller, a horror or science fiction story, whichever, please leave a comment and let me know the type of thing you would like. Thank you. Short story 292, The Unexpected Guest. The rain hammered against the window panes, creating a constant rhythmic sound. Inside, Sarah sat by the fireplace, her nose buried in a book. She was engrossed in the story, the world outside completely forgotten. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. She jumped, startled. Who could it be? She wondered, glancing at the clock. It was already past 8. Sarah carefully put down her book and went to open the door. A tall, thin man stood on the porch, drenched to the bone. His hair was plastered to his forehead, and water dripped from the end of his nose. "Excuse me," he said, his voice rough with the cold. "I'm lost. Could I possibly use your phone?" Sarah hesitated for a moment, then stepped back. "Of course," she said, feeling a pang of sympathy for the drenched stranger. Come in. You must be freezing." The man stepped inside, shaking the water from his coat. He took a deep breath, his face relaxing as he felt the warmth of the fire. "Thank you," he said. "I'm David. I'm driving to a conference in the city, but I took a wrong turn and ended up on this road. Now my car is stuck in the mud." Sarah, a kind and compassionate woman, immediately felt a need to help. "I'm Sarah," she said, leading him to the kitchen. "Let me get you a warm towel and a hot drink." As David explained his predicament, Sarah listened patiently. He was a university professor, traveling to give a lecture on ancient civilizations. He was charming and witty, making Sarah laugh despite her initial apprehension about letting a stranger into her home. While David made his call, Sarah prepared a cup of tea and some biscuits. As she placed them on the table, she noticed a small leather-bound book tucked inside David's coat pocket. "What's that?" she asked, pointing to the book. David smiled. "Oh, this," he said, retrieving the book. "This is a journal. It's where I write down my thoughts and observations about the places I visit." He opened the book and showed Sarah a faded inscription on the first page. "It belonged to my grandfather," he explained. "He was an archaeologist and he traveled all over the world documenting his discoveries." Sarah was intrigued. "That's amazing," she said. "May I see?" David handed her the journal. As she flipped through the yellowed pages, she was struck by the meticulous descriptions and beautiful sketches of ancient ruins and artifacts. David's grandfather had a keen eye for detail and a passion for the past that resonated with Sarah. They talked for hours that evening, sharing stories and insights about the world. David was a fascinating man, and Sarah found herself completely drawn to his passion and intellect. By the time the rain had stopped and the moon began to rise, Sarah felt a strange sense of connection with this unexpected guest. David had found a tow truck to rescue his car, and he was ready to leave. "Thank you, Sarah," he said, shaking her hand. "You've been incredibly kind. I owe you one." Sarah smiled. "It was my pleasure, David," she replied. "I'm glad you find your way out of the mud, and maybe," she added, a touch of nervousness in her voice, "we can meet again sometime." David smiled back, his eyes sparkling. "I'd like that very much, Sarah." As he drove away, Sarah stood on the porch, watching his car disappear into the night. She felt a sense of warmth and anticipation, knowing that this unexpected encounter might just be the beginning of something special. Vocabulary notes. Engrossed, adjective. Meaning, completely absorbed in something, giving all your attention to something. Example in the story. She was engrossed in the story, the world outside completely forgotten. Similar words: absorbed, captivated, fascinated, immersed. Hesitate, verb, meaning to pause before doing something because you are unsure or nervous. Example in the story. Sarah hesitated for a moment, then stepped back. Similar words: waver, pause, falter, dither. Drenched, adjective, meaning completely soaked with water. Example in the story. A tall, thin man stood on the porch, drenched to the bone. Similar words: soaked, saturated, dripping, waterlogged. Predicament, noun, meaning a difficult or unpleasant situation. Example in the story. As David explained his predicament, Sarah listened patiently. Similar words: dilemma, problem, trouble, bind. Compassionate, adjective, meaning feeling or showing sympathy and concern for others. Example in the story. Sarah, a kind and compassionate woman, immediately felt a need to help. Similar words: caring, empathetic, understanding, sympathetic. Intrigued, adjective, meaning feeling curious or interested. Example in the story. Sarah was intrigued. That's amazing, she said. Similar words: fascinated, captivated, interested, curious. Meticulous, adjective, meaning very careful and precise, paying great attention to detail. Example in the story. As she flipped through the yellowed pages, she was struck by the meticulous descriptions and beautiful sketches of ancient ruins and artifacts. Similar words: thorough, detailed, painstaking, precise. Resonate, verb, meaning to have a special meaning or importance for someone. Example in the story. David's grandfather had a keen eye for detail and a passion for the past that resonated with Sarah. Similar words: connect with, appeal to, strike a chord with. Anticipation, meaning a feeling of excitement or nervousness about something that is going to happen. Example in the story. She felt a sense of warmth and anticipation, knowing that this unexpected encounter might just be the beginning of something special. Similar words: expectation, eagerness, hope, excitement. Keen, adjective, meaning having a strong interest in something, very interested and enthusiastic. Example in the story. David's grandfather had a keen eye for detail and a passion for the past. Similar words: eager, enthusiastic, passionate, fervent. Story written by onemin.ai. Image created by Designer AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Hello, this is Steve. If you enjoyed the story, please would you take the time to leave a meaningful comment and click on the like icon. If you want to know when the next story has been uploaded, please click on the notify bell icon to be notified. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and tell your English learning friends so they can benefit too. Thank you.